proud of the guys. I thought they had a great week of prep, and I thought they really performed well today, and especially the defense. I thought the defense was the story of the day. No matter what situation they got put in, they found a way to get off the field, except for one time when the ball was given to them, I believe at the 7-yard line, and it still took them 6 plays to get in. Our guys just competed and fought their butts off. And what I just told them is, like, celebrate this thing, man. It's hard to get college football wins in conference on the road. It's hard to do. So we can celebrate it, but all we did was make this next game bigger. And that's what playoff football is all about, and that's where we are. So incredibly happy at this performance by this team. Some individuals on offense I thought played incredibly well. Of course, Dean Connors, who you'll hear from in a little bit. Defensively, there was a lot of people that stood up, but one that certainly made an impact early in the game was Sean Fresch. Not just on defense, but on special teams with his returns. Might be the best gunner in the conference. So it was great to have him back out there today. But a lot of guys made a lot of plays, and that was a lot of fun, and I was really happy to be a part of it today. With that, I'll open up for any questions.
I did want to start with the defense. 2.8 yards per play from Charlotte. Not only did they score, they didn't move the ball.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
And especially with so many pieces out, obviously Coco out for the second half, Lamont Narcisse went out, you had a couple other guys banged up. We talked about, not playing with all your bullets, and to be put together maybe your best defensive performance of the year in this moment. Could you get more clutch?
No, you're exactly right. It was such a big deal for our defense. I mean, not only just to start as fast as they did, but then as the game went on to have the ability to choke them out and in this game, and that's what they did. And even the interception by Trey D, who's nobody knew, but he was banged up a lot this week. We weren't sure he'd be able to go, so for him to get cleared today, officially in pregame, and then go out there and perform the way he did, he and Sean on the edges allowed everybody inside to really go and attack that run. That was awesome.
Yeah, do y'all have two of the better tackling corners in the conference?
Yes.
It feels like it. And then I'll ask you a little bit on offense. You mentioned Dean a little bit. 9.8 yards per carry. Did you almost have to limit him a little bit, or because it felt like he could have gotten 300 if he got a couple more touches?
Yeah, Matt, mine says 9.7, so let's not give him too much credit.
Okay,
so 9.7 is what mine says. Look, that was a motivated kid who's always got a chip on his shoulder. You know how I feel about Dean Connors. But this one was special for all of us. Have their defensive coordinator, Lil Ozzie, call him out by name and say that they're going to account for Dean Connors and know where he is and stop him. I mean, I don't know that they were able to stop him today, and that's because he ran possessed. He played the game the right way.
And then there were moments where you still seem to trust AJ a lot to do a lot of things. Kind of talk about his performance today and kind of what you thought about the offense as a whole outside of Dean.
Yeah, I still, that's not the best of AJ. And we've got to find a way to be able to get it on game day, get the best of him, because it's really good. And what it looks like in practice, again, there's growth. There's week over week in-game growth for sure. But we've got to play a little cleaner than that at that position, and to be able to let the coordinator, the play caller, Marcus Tuiasosopo, have the confidence to call passes when he wants to call passes, and to trust that they're going to go to number one when number one's open, and they're going to get there at the right time. So, again, there's still a lot of growth there with AJ, but it was certainly a better performance than last week, and the guys around him really rallied and rose up offensively enough for us to be efficient and look like an offense. And, again, I just don't want to get too far away from the story being that defense. The defense and Dean Connors today were played at an elite level for this conference, and it was a lot of fun to watch. But Dean averaging 9.7, our corners playing that way and our defense playing that way, that was pretty awesome.
And it sets up, it kind of leads into the last question I have. You remember what happens in November. You have a one-game shot this time to go clinch that 6th win. Obviously, it'll be big, but would it be kind of another validation step? You had the chance to get the 6th regular season last year and didn't come through, but now is another way. It's like, hey, one-shot game, take that next step.
Yeah, it goes back to what the Leadership Council told me last Monday as we were talking to them. And they were great, man. I think I told you, but they lifted me up. They were like, Coach, we still have 2 of our 3 big goals on the table. Like, we want to do special things. We want to have a winning record. We want to go to a bowl game and win. We wanted to win the conference. We're not going to do that. But, 12 other teams aren't either. Okay, so with where we are, we understand what's at play this week and how big of a deal this game's going to be. And, shoot, I would expect these guys to prepare like they never have for a football game. And we really don't need that. I just need them to do the process the way they've been doing it all year because they prepared the right way. That I need them to go perform like they did today, and we'll all be really happy with those results.
And then, well, actually, I kid, one more. Last two kind of special moments on, we talked about the defense, but maybe the game doesn't end up quite this way. Ross and McNeil on that 2-point grab, and Luke McCaffrey, after having his finger taped up, coming in 3 plays later and making that grab. Sometimes does it, on a not great day with the rest of the offense, sometimes special players make special plays?
Yeah, they do. And let's talk about those 2 individually because Rawson's was incredible. Like I've had games where people caught the ball around a defender before, but I don't know that I've ever had one catch it, possess it, and then be able to slide it around the defender. So that was a little unique. That was awesome to see Rawson do that. And then Luke, the warrior that Luke is. They say his finger was going the other way. Fingers aren't supposed to do that. We know that. And they pop it right back in, and he goes and makes that play for his team on 4th down. It's just incredible. But yeah, we are spoiled by Luke making a catch like that every game. It seems like that. It's amazing. I'm so happy we get to continue to watch him play for these Rice Owls and fight the way he does and make those plays in such clutch moments. I think, like, to your point, like how this game changed, in 2021, they rallied, and I think we had the ball for something like 2:54 in the, I'm not sure I'm reading Chuck's note right, but something like 2:54 in the 4th quarter. We just couldn't keep the ball. And we had a 10-point lead with 6 minutes on the clock, and we weren't able to finish. And, again, this is a better Charlotte team than that was. And for us to be able to make a play on offense on 4th down, and then for Trady to come away with a pick, there's just so much to be proud of.
Yeah, I feel pretty good. It's most carries I've ever gotten in a game in my life. So I'm excited and thankful for the opportunity.
Did you kind of feel like you needed some of those breathers there in the second half to keep you fresh, or were you fighting to get back on the field?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I was pretty tired sometimes, but, I mean, that's just football, and you got to push through.
And what's it like as a running back being the guy that they turn to? Look, I think you got 7 touches if you count the play that doesn't count on that 4th down or the 4th quarter drive. Can you get a better feeling than them handing you the ball and trusting you to win it?
Yeah, and in the beginning of the game, I put the defense in a bad spot, and thankfully they were able to, bail me out and stop the Charlotte and make him miss the field goal. But in that situation, calling my number, there's a lot of honor in that, and I wear it like a badge of honor, and went in there and protected the ball and sealed the win.
And how interesting is it? Because there's been games where you've had more receiving yards than rushing yards. This has been a pass-first offense a lot of the year. How just strange or interesting was it to be flip the script? You got a backup quarterback, and today it's going to be like, we're going to run to win.
I think it just shows how versatile our offense is and how good of play callers we have to be able to modify things for whatever personnel is in there, whether JT's down or, unfortunately Juma was out, and, to be able to, dial it up and do it right and call the right plays is, shout out to them.
And then kind of what it sets up, y'all get this win, 1 win away now for bowl eligibility. What's that kind of feel like, just being there in that locker room and knowing that that's still on the table for you guys?
Yeah, we're a confident team, and we know we're a great team with a not so good of a record, but that's just the reality. And for the ability to be able to make it to the postseason, have one more shot is so motivating, and we're going to take it. And like Coach said, our process will not change. We're going to go out there and work hard every day this week, and we're worried about FAU.
And then I do want to ask you about the defense. You mentioned your fumble earlier, but that doesn't even get on the scoreboard. How freeing is it when you run, knowing that if you're not 100% perfect, it might not matter because they can pick you up.
I'll tell you the biggest thing about the defense stopping them is I don't get a break. They just 3 and out, and I have to run back out there and start, getting going again. But just I wouldn't want it any other way. She's Sean and Trey D and Coleman and all those guys making plays, and Josh and Blake. Those guys are just balling, and it's when you see that, it gives you a little motivation. And, you want to go out there and do good for them.
All right, Sean, what's it like to hear your coach say he has the best run-stopping corners in the conference?
Man, it's a blessing. I love to hear it, and me and Trey D played a great game today. Thank the Lord, thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and yeah, it's just a great day, man. And we're gonna keep doing our jobs. That's all it is.
And then I did want to ask you about one sequence. You come off the edge with your hair on fire. You get a sack, and then you got to sprint 50 yards down the field to catch a punt. Is that just adrenaline taking over, or you get tired, or just wouldn't have it any other way? What's going through your mind?
Man, honestly, today I felt extremely good out there. The weather was perfect. It was just a perfect day for football, man. So coming off the edge, getting my first sack ever, it was amazing. Adrenaline going through me. I had to realize, actually, that I had to get back for punt return and catch the punt. So I had to sprint down there, and yeah, man, it's exciting.
That was your first career sack?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Man, so what's it like when you see, because you got there was one blocker, I think, on the play, but he was really in, when you beat him, do your eyes go wide? What's going through your head?
It was kind of weird, man. The only man I had to beat to get to the quarterback was the running back, and he kind of, I guess he whiffed at it. I don't know if he didn't see me or not, but it was my first sack, never been in that situation. I honestly could have gotten the ball out, so I kind of wish I could redo that, but yeah, it was exciting.
And then big picture as a defense, I'm looking at the stats, 2.8 yards per play for the other team, and y'all got put in some tough situations with a couple turnovers and things that happened with the offense. Could you have asked for much of a better day?
No, man, I'm so proud of my guys, proud of the coaching staff, proud of the work this whole building has put in. But yeah, that just a great day for us, man. I'm so proud of those guys, everybody, and just that's who we are. That's who we expect to be every single week. And just to come out there and perform the way we did today, it was pretty good. Thank the Lord.
You got better than 158 yards in you for one more game against FAU?
Of course, man. We're gonna come out and we're gonna work hard this week, and we're gonna come out and do our job. That's all we're gonna do.
Then what's it mean to you to have been, one of the guys who's been here for the long haul, and you've seen the progression to playing the game last year, where you had 5 wins against North Texas and you couldn't get to 6, to have the opportunity to write that this year?
Yeah, man, it has been a journey, and just seeing the progress of our team and everyone, just the journey we've been on, I'm so proud of it, and just I'm here witnessing greatness every single year, man, and just it's a blessing. Like I said, I'll keep thanking my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and keep thanking the staff, keep thanking my team, my family, everyone who's supporting us, and we're just gonna keep rocking and rolling, man.